Hi everyone. My name's Jamie. You know me from the channel. This is my first time showing my face on video. So hello everyone. This video is going to be a little different from most of the rest of my videos. I just wanted to talk about what I am. So as a general disclaimer, if you are little, it may not be the time to watch this video. And if you don't know what little is, keep watching the video. Just gonna explain what I do, and I apologize if the camera gets bumpy, if my arm gets tired of holding the phone, and I apologize for my lack of eye contact. I think the camera is over here, somewhere. Oh, it's right here. Yeah, camera's right here, but I like to look at the screen to kind of do that. And I also apologize that I do say a lot, or I'm not the best public speaker, and you may be able to hear a fan in the background. That is because we currently have no air conditioning, and yeah, so that's fun. And it's almost 90 degrees today, so again, real fun. So first of all, this video is going to be about what I am, and I am an age regressor, and what that means is what it means to be an age regressor means that I voluntarily and sometimes involuntarily, which means not by choice, and sometimes by choice, I go back to a younger age in my mindset, in my head, and not quite physically, but I would say more of a mental state. I feel more sometimes like a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5-year-old, between 1 and 5 usually, is what I call my little space. And then I actually even have a middle space that I say is a little older. Some would still call it a little space, but I call it a middle space, between 8 and 12, when I can play games and stuff a little bit more, video games. So that's what an age regressor is. What it isn't is it is not a kink. It is not a fetish. It is not anything to do with children. It only deals with children's things like toys and games and coloring and well, different things like that. So that's what I am, is an age regressor, and it is, like I said, voluntary and involuntary. Voluntary basically means that, you know, sometimes I choose to go into that space. I choose to do that to relax, and we'll get more into the reasons here in a few minutes. But also, I have involuntary moments, and we'll talk about those as well, where I have triggers and different situations that cause me to become little, whether I want to or not. And there's some good triggers too, so we'll get into that in just a moment. But I wanted to make clear that my age regression is always safe for work. And by safe for work, we don't mean that like I do it at work. I do not do it openly at work. Sometimes I have little headspace at work, and I can still work. It's not like a complete takeover, I guess, is what happens there. But what we mean by safe for work is we mean there is nothing sexual in it. There is nothing kink or fetish or anything like that. I don't gain any satisfaction, if you will, to put it lightly, from being an age regressor in that sort of not safe for work sense. So why I do it is multiple reasons why I do it. The first and the biggest is trauma from my past. I have some different traumas from different ages in my life. In this case, in my personal case, none of it was caused by my parents. I know others who it was, or they just didn't have a great childhood. I had a pretty good childhood, I would say, overall, and I can't complain about it. It's just I didn't know I was autistic. I didn't know I had ADHD. So it was a little harder to have friends. It's a little harder for me to keep friends at times. And I think that's what kind of caused some of my different traumas. I had just different random things. To give you an example of one that I can talk about that doesn't upset me and doesn't send me into little space too often. I was locked into a porta-john as a really young kid, and it was really dark outside, so the porta-john was basically pitch black darkness, and the other kids shook it around, and I was really, really young. So that's one of my traumas, one of my lighter traumas. I obviously have some more significant ones that only a few people know about, and I can't really talk about because if I do, I'll become my little space will kick in. Again, involuntary, and I can end up in little space because it's kind of a protection. It kind of comes out to protect me from an extreme feeling. And that's another reason that I wanted to cite that I do age regress is sometimes extreme emotions cause it involuntarily, or sometimes an extreme emotion just pushes me right into little space. So if I get really, really excited and happy from seeing something, and I guess this kind of goes hand in hand with the triggers, which is my last bullet point there for like why I do it. So if I see, like, if we're in the toy aisle and I see a toy I really, really want, or, you know, a game, or I just get really excited, that's a good trigger, obviously. It's something I want, it's something I get excited about. Legos, for sure, Legos. So that's my good triggers. Bad triggers is thinking about, you know, the traumas that I mentioned, or, you know, having a bad dream, waking up with bad emotions from a night's sleep. I'm trying to think of some other bad ones. Storms, thunderstorms sometimes send me into being really scared. If I get really scared, I get really little. If I get really little, I get kind of helpless, to the point that I can't really do a lot of things for myself. I have safe foods. That's a kind of a tangent point, I suppose, but I have safe foods that I can easily make and grab to eat. I have fruit snacks, obviously, keep little me really, really happy. And I don't talk about little me as a different person because that is still me. And I just like I can be knocked into the headspace, I can be triggered out of the headspace by things that upset me. If I'm in little space, or I'm age regressed and I'm really happy, if something makes me angry or makes me upset, then I can be kicked out of little space really fast as well. So it goes both ways. And that's all I can really think of to talk about, I'm pretty sure. So we talked about the triggers, the trauma, the extreme conditions. That's why I do it. But it really just helps me. Oh, another reason I do it is to relax, for comfort. And a lot of people would call that age dreaming. Age dreaming is when you're just kind of playing pretend, versus the age regression where you're actually in that space. So if I'm age dreaming, it's more of I'm pretending, and I'm usually age dreaming trying to get myself to age regress. So that just means that I'm starting out pretending, hoping that I would end up pushed into the little space by doing something. So in age dreaming, I might color, I might watch cartoons, but I'm still in like that adult headspace. But sometimes after I watch the cartoons for so long, or I get excited from coloring, or I get excited from doing something that my little self really likes, then I end up age regressed instead of age dreaming. So there's the mix of the two. I do a lot of age dreaming to start my regression, if I'm not upset. But I do get upset, and I am very sensitive. Some people would say soft. I'm very soft, despite my darker voice sometimes. my little space voice, you'll notice in some of my videos, is very soft spoken. That's more of who I am and who I like to be, is my little self. So that's it for my age regression and talking about my age regression. Thanks for watching the video. I put one more disclaimer out there. Not everybody's age regression is the same, but everybody's safe for work age regression is valid. People do it for different reasons. People call it age dreaming and age regression. Some people use it hand in hand, both the same thing. I kind of split the definitions a little bit. But everybody's opinion is valid. Everyone is valid in this world, really, whether you age regress or not. And I just want to say that I accept everyone for who they are. And I would hope that even after watching this video, if you're not an age regressor and you've stumbled upon it, I would hope that that you accept me for who I am. I mean, I have a lot of titles and tags. I'm autistic, I'm ADHD, I have rejection sensitive dysphoria, I have executive functioning disorder, I am romantic asexual, tons of labels and tags and titles and everything out there these days, and you know, I've got quite a few that I identify with. So I'm thankful to have a caregiver in age regression. I actually have two. I have an online caregiver currently, and I hope I get to keep her forever and ever. She is, I call her mommy, and she is my online main caregiver. And then I have my husband. His name is Brent. I usually call him Daddy or Dada in our videos on here. And he helps me through a lot of my mental stuff. He's not so much a caregiver for my little side as he just takes care of me overall in general everyday life, with my executive functioning and the autism and my medications and things like that. He helps facilitate some of my communication issues and helps out with a lot of stuff like that. I know I threw this in at the end after my last disclaimer, but I wanted to talk about caregivers too. Not all age regressors have caregivers, and sometimes that is unfortunate for people who need it. I definitely need caregivers in my life. Some people don't. Some age regressors do it all on their own, but I definitely need my caregivers in my life because it's nice to have somebody to talk to. It's nice to have somebody that can say, you know, keep me in enough of a mindset to say, go do this, or, you know, make sure you're drinking water, or if I'm really small and I message my mommy and I say, you know, I'm really thirsty, can I have some juice? I'll ask permission, just like a little kid would. Otherwise, I wouldn't actually get a snack or get juice. I would still ask permission for that. So caregivers are one of the bigger aspects that are important to me of age regression. So I think that's about it. I have some more exciting videos coming up for you guys, and I wanted to say hi to my Sibby twinsy Londi, and she has a channel as well, so be sure to look that up. If you find me on Instagram, I am agere Jamie. That's agere is short for age regression, Agere, and then Jamie, which is my name. So I want to thank everybody for watching. Thanks for being part of the channel. If you have any questions or comments, feel free to leave them below, and I'll try to answer any questions you have. I hope I covered everything. I hope I didn't just drone on and talk too long. I try to keep the video under 20 minutes. It looks like I'm going to. So thanks again for watching, and we'll see y'all next time. Bye.